Welcome back to our journey through the life of Skanderbeg. In our last episode, we saw a young boy torn from his homeland, his future uncertain. Today, we step into the shadows of the Enderun School, the elite Ottoman institution that forged the empire's greatest soldiers and administrators. This is where Gjergj Kastrioti, the boy from Kruyu, would begin his transformation. The Enderun was no ordinary school. It was a crucible designed to melt down old identities and recast them in the mold of the Ottoman state. For the young boys, called Janissaries, it was a world of relentless discipline. From dawn till dusk, their days were a grueling cycle of combat training, Islamic studies, and lessons in Turkish, Arabic, and Persian. They learned horsemanship, archery, and the art of the scimitar. Their minds were sharpened with strategy, their bodies hardened by constant drills. This was a world built to erase the past. The boys were brothers, their only loyalty to the Sultan. But for Gjergj, the mountains of Albania were a memory that refused to fade. From the very beginning, Gjergj was different. While others struggled, he excelled. In the dusty training yards, his movements were precise, his instincts sharp. He wasn't just strong. He was intelligent, seeing patterns in combat that others missed. He could outride, outshoot, and outthink his peers. He mastered the complex Ottoman languages with an ease that baffled his tutors. His name began to be whispered in the halls, a mix of admiration and envy. The instructors saw a prodigy. His fellow Janissaries saw a rival. This excellence, however, came at a cost. It set him apart. While other boys formed bonds forged in shared struggle, Gjergj's brilliance created a wall around him. He was with them, but not of them. The other Janissaries, boys who had also lost their families and homes, viewed him with suspicion. His success was a constant reminder of their own shortcomings. Whispers turned to taunts. Shoulders would bump him in the crowded mess halls. Challenges were issued in the training yard, not out of a desire for practice, but from a need to see the prodigy fail. But he never did. Each victory only deepened the chasm of his isolation. He was an eagle forced to live among crows, and the crows did not like it. Yet not all eyes held jealousy. An old instructor, a man named Hamza Bey, saw something more in the boy from Albania. Hamza had seen thousands of recruits pass through the school. He knew the difference between raw talent and true greatness. In Gjergj, he saw a fire, a spirit that the rigorous Enderun system couldn't extinguish. He saw the mind of a general and the heart of a leader. He began to take a special interest, pushing Gjergj harder than anyone else, honing his strategic thinking, and posing questions that went beyond the standard curriculum. He saw not just a great Janissary, but a force of nature waiting to be unleashed. He saw Eskander the Turkish for Alexander, a name that would soon be bestowed upon him by the Sultan himself, a nod to Alexander the Great. As Gjergj's body and mind were being forged in the Ottoman furnace, something ancient and deep began to stir within him. His nights were plagued by strange, unsettling dreams. He would find himself standing on a dark plain under a starless sky. A storm would gather, not of rain, but of shadow and fire. And in the heart of the storm, he would see it a colossal shape, vast and powerful. It was a dragon, its scales like black iron, its eyes burning like embers. It didn't speak, but he could feel its presence, a terrifying, primal power that seemed both alien and deeply familiar. He would wake in a cold sweat, his heart pounding, the image of the dragon seared into his mind. He didn't understand what it meant. Was it a demon? A memory? A prophecy? He knew only that it was connected to him. A secret he kept locked away. Another wall separating him from the world around him. The years at Enderun passed. The boy Gjergj was fading, replaced by the formidable warrior Iskander. He was a rising star in the Ottoman court, his skill in battle becoming legendary. He fought in the Sultan's campaigns across Anatolia and the Balkans, earning honors and promotions. To the outside world, he was the perfect Janissary, a testament to the power of the Ottoman system. He was loyal, brilliant, and deadly. He was everything the Sultan could have hoped for. The son of the defeated Albanian lord had become one of the empire's sharpest swords. But beneath the polished armor and the titles, the isolation remained. The dreams of the dragon grew more frequent, more vivid, and with them, fragments of another life began to surface: the scent of pine from the Albanian mountains, the sound of his mother's voice, the face of his father. The Enderun had tried to erase his past, but it was a palimpsest. The old writing was beginning to show through the new. He was Skanderbeg, the celebrated Ottoman commander, but he was also Gjergj Kastrioti, the son of the Dragon of Arbëria. Two identities were at war within him, a conflict far more personal and perilous than any he had faced on the battlefield. The boy who entered the school was gone. In his place stood a man forged in fire and shadow, a man admired and feared, a man utterly alone. His loyalty to the Sultan was unquestioned, yet the dragon in his dreams whispered of a different destiny. The stage was set for a dramatic choice, a turning point that would not only define his life, but would also change the course of history for his forgotten homeland. What happens when the Empire's greatest weapon begins to remember who he truly is? That's where we'll leave it for today. The story of Skanderbeg is just getting started. Join us next time as the celebrated Ottoman general faces a crisis of conscience that will force him to choose between the empire that made him and the homeland that cries out for a savior. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic history.